You remember the last video we showed you how to find gold using a drill and a bucket? Woo. Keep going. All the way down to that much material. That's pannable. Look at that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're taking all your ideas and suggestions out of the comment section and we're cramming them all into one design. And this one works 10 times better than the last one. You don't even need a sluice box, it's that effective. And what we came up with was so effective that I would put it up against any blue bowl or sluice box any day of the week. This is the Jeff and Leela's Poor Man Sluice Box. I guarantee when you see how this thing works, it's gonna be like, you're gonna take a 4-inch hole saw and you're gonna square it up and cut directly into the bottom of the bucket. Go into the plumbing section, get a 4-inch coupler that has the flange on the inside. See that? Then you're going to get yourself a 2-inch reducer that fits inside of the 4-inch. You'll slide them together. Then you're gonna get a window screen that acts as a classifier. If you don't have an extra window screen laying around, go ahead and look in the kitchen and see if you can find a strainer in there. So you're gonna cut that out and you're gonna fit that inside. Now the neat thing is I can pop this thing out. See that? And that way if you wanna go with a higher or lower mesh, you can. Just cut it out in a round circle. And because this thing has got grooves in it or actual threads, you can just set it down inside there and it pops right in. And the threads on the inside wall keep it in place. Now to keep this thing in place and to keep it from leaking, use a glue gun to glue around the outside on the bottom and on the inside. That way it doesn't leak. Keeps it nice and firm. So now at this point you should have something that looks something like this, right? Are you with me? Well, if you're with me, you better smash that like button, smash it hard. Your second bucket. You're gonna cut the second bucket from the bottom to the top, and that's gonna be 6.5 inches. You're gonna take your 4-inch hole saw and you're gonna cut another hole in the bottom just like that. You're gonna cut slits in the sides, 4 of them. Very important. This is your second bucket. Third bucket, you don't have to do anything at all to the third bucket. Okay? While you're in the plumbing section, get yourself a 2-inch to, I believe it's a 1/4 reducer. And you can see the threads. Very important, it has threads in it, okay? Now the neodymium magnet that you get has to slide inside. Just like that. And like I said, I'll leave a link down below where you can get these magnets, these neodymium magnets, any size, any configuration. And you're gonna get yourself a large bolt that's gonna fit in the threads of that hole in the back of the reducer. Now you don't have to thread it in all the way, just a little bit. Now there's 2 reasons for this bolt on the bottom. 1 is to keep the magnet in place so it doesn't want to come out. And 2, so you can pull this thing out. You'll have something to grab a hold of. See this guy right here? Guess where they're going, huh? And no banjo required. Goes right in. Just like that. I know, you're thinking, Jeff, that's the craziest looking thing I've ever seen. Oh, trust me, this thing works beautifully. Now, this is how it all goes together. Are you ready? Are you paying attention? This is the pedestal that this sits on inside the other bucket. Aha! Did I catch you off guard with that? Huh? Come here, take a look at this. Regular bucket, this is a pedestal. The slits are so the walls will slide in because these buckets are tapered. You understand? This goes in, that way it goes all the way to the bottom. And it should look like that. And it creates a nice little pedestal. And if this plug comes out for whatever reason, this is also a safety catch. Sloshing around and this pops out, you don't lose all the gold that you worked for the entire day. That's another reason that's there. You got anything to add to this, Nurse Leela? Huh?
You are doing pretty good.
Yeah! Then you drop him in just like that. See how that works? Everything's nice and snug, nothing's coming loose. And this is the Jeff and Leela Poor Man Sluice Box. I guarantee this is gonna be the cheapest build that you ever make that will capture -100 gold, and I'm gonna prove it. And the cool thing about this is that this can be built for under 30 bucks, not including the magnet, of course. I know what you're saying, Jeff. Stop all that jaw jacking and put your money where your mouth is. Well, that's exactly what I'm gonna do. And yeah, you're gonna get wet. Now, everything else is the same. Drill, paint stir. That's it. You can't beat it. Now, I've had a lot of people ask me, Jeff, can you show us what the capture rate is on a rig like that? Oh, you bet I can. There's the gold right there. You see it? Yeah, right there where my finger is. I'm gonna put this into the Jeff and Leela's Poor Man's Sluice box, and I'm gonna see if I can get it back out. I'm more concerned about the ultra fine lode gold. If I can get that out, then I got a winner. The big gold will take care of itself. So we're gonna dump a whole bunch of dirt in there and get busy. What do you think about that, huh? I told you you'd never seen anything like it before in your life. Now, one of the suggestions was to put one of these blue ball mats in the bottom. And we tried that. It's a miracle mat and it fits perfect in the bottom of a 5-gallon bucket. But we noticed that a lot of the gold was getting trapped underneath and it was hard for the gold to migrate to the front because of all this. So we decided to leave it out. All right, so I'm gonna fill this marker up with water. A little jet dry. Now the reason why you want to put water in first, because it's a lot easier for this material to soften up, break up as it's getting in there. If you put the mud in and the clays and the dirt in first and put water on top, what's going to happen? It's going to compact it down and it's going to be harder for that drill to work. Does that make sense? And if you got some dirty underwear, you can throw it in there too. What is that? All right, here we go. Got my drill. Now I've got all the gold in this blue pan and I'm going to dump it in last. See how I got the water flowing? It's kicking the organics out. Yeah. Come on, get in there. Yeah, chocolate milk. Okay, now all of our gold is in this finishing pan. I'm gonna dump him in too. Put some more jet dry in there. You want to dump out a lot as you can, but keep the bucket's bottom below the top. So remember, when you're dumping that bucket, the butt of the bucket has to sit lower because any heavies will be in the crease at the back of the bucket. Grass? How'd that get in there? Oh, that's from where I dumped my pan and tub dirt. Shut him off. Dump him out. Should be good. Nice. See how much material I have left? After all that, not much at all. Grab both buckets. Carry them over to your panning station. That's my finishing one. Jet dry in the water, remember that. Grab him from the bottom so the plug doesn't come out. Just like that. All right, we're gonna pan him down and see what we got. Stratify. Tilt. Wash it out. Real simple. Big old chunky iron, look at that. Huge iron, jeez. Must be from the cat box. Cats are high in iron, didn't you know that? All right, let me get my cheaters on so I can see what the heck I'm doing. All right, see that we got any gold. Oh, there's a piece of gold right there on top, floating right on top, see it? All right, let's do the Williams wiggle. Williams wiggle. Ugh. There's a little round ball of gold right there, you see that? That's different. Nice. Yeah. See all the fines in there? Actually, that's more gold than what we started with. Heck yeah, that is a lot more gold than we started with.
No, isn't it good?
Heck yeah, and that's all from the backyard. You gotta be kidding. I gotta put a claim back here. I keep talking about that. I'm gonna do that. Man, that's a lot of gold. Okay, now I'm curious what's in the rest of it. Wow, that is a lot of gold. Take him out, pull the plug out the bottom. Look at that. Look at that. I gotta wash him out. I'm gonna put him in there. Make sure he's all washed out of there. And then all the magnetics are in there. Jeez. Clean this guy off. Take him off. Then pop him out. Just like that. Then we'll pan this out and see what else we got. All right, here we go. A lot of heavies. A lot of heavies, baby. Nothing but heavies. Look at that. Jeez. Oh, look at all the fine gold. Look at all the fine gold. See it? Let me get in the light. There. Right there. Sorry, you're chasing me around with that GoPro. Look at the super heavies in there. Let me shake that down. Oh, wow. Look at all that gold. That's where all your fine gold is going to be, is down in that trap. Look at that. Just gobs and gobs of gold. Nice. See all that? All that super fine gold? All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull the magnetics out while it's in the water. Just like that. And then I'm going to dump all this in here. That way we can do a before and after shot. Okay, gold pan looks clean. All right, finishing pan. Make sure I got no magnetics in it. And I'm sure I got a little bit of gold in there too, but I'm not sweating that. Okay. All right, now the moment of truth. Get over here, let's take a look. Look at that. I think it's safe to say we have more gold than what we started with, by far. Look at that. Not only do I got my ultra fines, which are right up in there, see all the lode gold? I didn't realize there was so much gold in this backyard. Look at that. Nice. And all your fines are in there too, your lode gold. Well, we're taking it to the next level. And this time I'm gonna show you how you can take an old poop tube and some miner's moss and find even more gold. Never seen anything like what we're gonna be doing today. You're gonna need some gutter tubing. You can find this at Lowe's or Home Depot. You're also gonna need the little elbow 90 degree that goes on the end of it. You're gonna need some miner's moss and you're gonna need a chamois. You're gonna need to get a section of this white 4-inch PVC pipe too. Now the first thing you're gonna wanna do is you're gonna take this 4-inch PVC plastic tubing and you're gonna cut it right down the sides. Right in half. And when you're done, it's gonna look something like that. Then you're gonna cut off a 3-foot slice of that corrugated material, that poop chute tube, and you're gonna do the same thing, cut it in half. You see where I'm going with this? So now you have a 3-foot piece of the white tubing and a 3-foot piece of the corrugated drain pipe. And the idea is this guy is gonna sit in this guy. He's gonna give this guy support because this guy's not strong enough to keep himself together, so he's gonna need a little support. Now there's all different ways that you can attach the two. I've seen a lot of guys out there glue them together, but the easiest way that we found is to pop rivet these things together because the rivets hold this whole thing together a lot better than if you were to try to glue it together because the glue eventually is gonna wear out and it's gonna pop out. Then you take your 90 degree and you pop that thing on the end. Now you can silicone that thing in there to keep the water leaking, but when you see how I got this set up, you don't really need silicone, and that way you can rotate it left or right if you decide to use it in a creek. Leave a little bit of a flange here, that way that elbow can fit on the end of that thing. But when you're finished, it should look something like this. See that? It's nice and rigid. It's only about maybe 2.5, 3 feet long, and it's got an elbow in it that rolls around. Ooh, but the good part's coming up. Now, the nice thing about this is you can use it in one of these mortar tubs that you get from Home Depot or Lowe's, or you could take it out to the creek. Now, if you take it out to the creek, obviously you're gonna need to put some kind of backing on here to keep it from rolling around. But in these tubs, it sits perfectly in there. And then I'm gonna show you where the miner's moss and the chamois comes in. I know you haven't figured it out, or maybe you have. If you have, leave me a comment down below before I tell you. We'll see how many guys out there have got their noodles strung on tight. I know you're thinking, Jeff, what exactly is different? Well, if you haven't seen it, the reason why I've got the 90-degree up here at the top is that way I can stick my hose there, turn it on, and look at this. It's about the cheapest sluice you'll ever gonna make. Look at that. And then if your material's screened down, you just put the stuff in like such. And look at that. That's a poor man's sluice box right there. You can't beat it. Of course, I can adjust the water flow, get more water going in there. And I can angle this up higher if I want. See what I mean? Not bad, huh? Oh, but you haven't seen anything yet. So we're gonna take this to the next level. Are you ready? Huh? Well, then you better smash that like button or I'm not gonna show you. That's right. Oh, you better keep your pants on. You're gonna take the miner's moss and the chamois and put them together. And you're gonna run it up into that 90. And the miner's moss is going to capture the gold. But the problem is gold likes to drop to the bottom, right? Most of you guys usually use a deep V matting on the other side in your sluices and your trommels. But in this case, we're using the chamois to catch the gold.
It's genius!
The prophecy is true.
Get your chamois, get it nice and wet. Yeah, oh. And yeah, you're gonna get wet. Take the wide part of the chamois, put it underneath the miner's moss, and then shove this up into your poop tube.
What is that?
And then at the top, you pull out the chamois like that. Are you seeing it? Huh? And then there's my miner's moss sticking out right there. Do you see that? And you will not lose any gold this way. We're gonna perform a little test. I'm gonna get some gold, we're gonna throw it in there, and we're gonna see if we get all of our gold back. That way we're actually determining whether if this is gonna work or not. And we're gonna get stuff that's as small as 100 minus. And if it catches that, you know it'll work anywhere. All right, so here's our tray. We got it tared out, you see that, 0, 0, 0. And here's the gold we're gonna try. I got some big chunkies all the way down to about minus 100. And that's 1.35 grams of gold right there. All right, now I got a bucket of classified material. Remember, classification is the key. You start shoving rocks in that poop tube, and guess what? It's gonna plug it up. Then you're gonna need some X-lax. So we're gonna take our gold and we're gonna dump it in the bucket. It's all done. Stir it around, baby, yeah! Now, I highly recommend that you run this stuff wet, not dry. It'll work a lot easier, but for today's demonstration, I'm just gonna dump it in dry, because if it'll do it dry, it'll work every time. All right, let's fire this monkey up. Oh, and I got a big surprise for you. If you have a tub and you don't wanna run a recirc unit on this, I'm gonna show you how you can use your existing water and run it through. It's really simple, watch this. I'm just gonna dump it at the top, right up here in the 90, look at that. I'm just gonna dump it on in there, see that? Now, I can run my hose in here like this and control the flow. See that? Or if I don't want to waste water because I want to save the environment, I can just dump the water in with my gold pan. See that? And it works just as fine. Yeah, baby! So I'm gonna go ahead and dump all this stuff in and see what happens. Remember vacation with Chevy Chase? Pooper's plugged. And this is lightweight. You can take it out to any stream or creek. And it works every time. Classification is the key. Remember the golden rule? I know, Mike Pung, you're out there going, yeah, I remember the golden rule. Let's get all that in there. Get some water in there. Make sure we're clean. See what I mean? All right, now the moment of truth. You're saying, yeah, Jeff, I want to see you pan out that material. Well, it's really simple. Just close up your chamois, kind of like you do with mercury. Close up the bottom end like this, pull it out the bottom, and put it in here. So I'm going to wash this material out into my gold pan. Just like that. Oh, you can see the gold in there. Nice, huh? Now the moment of truth. So you guys know how to clean out this miner's moss. You flip it upside down and you smack it on the water like this. And it frees up any gold that might be trapped in that miner's moss. Just like that. The chamois, you're gonna flip it upside down like this. See that? Because I can see all the dirt and all the little particulates in there. And you're gonna clean him off in that gold pan, just like that. Really, really easy. And then you're gonna squeeze them out. Squeeze that gold out. Now we're gonna pan it out. Moment of truth, Bubba, moment of truth. All right. Do the Williams wiggle. Alabama bump. Let's get you in the sunlight here. I can't really see. There we go. Let's see what we got. Ooh, I got a lot of black sand. Let's see what we got. Ooh, I seen some gold coming through. Shake that down. Ooh, I got me some gold. Oh, look at that. And you can see the ultra fine pieces in there too. You see that? Look at that. All right, so what we're gonna do is, I know you're thinking, Jeff, dry that stuff out because I want to see how much gold in there. I'm gonna do that, so just keep the pants on. Hold on a second. All right, turn the scale on, tear him out. Here's the gold that we cleaned up. Let's see what we got. 1.36. Nice. And don't forget, every month we give away Gold Monster 1000 metal detectors. You can't beat that. And not to mention, we give bags and bags of pay dirt away that are just loaded with gold. They look something like this.
Oh yeah!
All you have to do is look for the little icon at the end of the video that looks something like that. Click on it, make a $10 pledge to become a premium patron, and you're in like Flynn. And if you want to see more videos on gold mining hacks, just watch this video right here, and I'll see you on the next video.